What's up? We're back. Thank y'all for joining. Okay, I'm not gonna keep you guys too long. Just got to get you guys updated on what's going on in the YouTube screeds, because baby, it's something. It's some stuff going on. So we're gonna talk about it. Okay. Hope you guys are having a wonderful Saturday. Hope you guys got outside. All right, instead of sitting inside. All right, hold on. Give me a second. Let me get my stuff pulled up here so I can keep up, honey, because it's so much. Everybody going live. All right, boom. There we go. So, hi. Thank you guys for coming back. Thank you guys for coming back. Y'all been gone all damn day. I mean, after I got off my live earlier, I've been gone all damn day. Now I'm tired. So I said, let me go ahead and knock out my video so I can kick back, watch some TV, catch up on my shows, maybe pour me a drink. I don't know. Whatever, child, whatever. I'm just trying to chill. So let's go ahead and knock out this video so we can do just that. Everything said in the video is alleged and in my opinion and is used for fair use and entertainment. Thank you all for being here, everybody, individually, collectively, however. Lee. All right. Let's jump on in. Let's jump on in. As you guys know, Tamar and Funky Child, the girls are still fighting. We'll say it that way. The girls are still fighting. Let's go ahead and catch y'all up on that because I'm sick of them. Now I'm about ready to take my damn belt off now. Okay. Y'all have been fighting for a few days now. Somebody need to hug it out or thug it out. I don't know. Either you're going to hug the shit out or you're going to thug it out. Go on and fight already. Like fixed fight or whatever y'all going to do. Now I don't promote violence on this channel, but damn, like I'm tired of them. All right, so Tamar Braxton says that y'all bullied her, meaning the fans, shot everybody standing on the outside looking in. Y'all bullied her out of releasing her new album. So she says, y'all won, and I'm sorry for everything. All right, so this says, after all the recent antics from fans calling cap on her traumatic mouth injury story to dragging her for putting Mendices as the love interest in her EP rollout, said that Tamar Braxton says that the bullying has finally pushed her to not release her new album. Now, she wrote in the Shade Room's comment section, says that y'all won. Y'all know I covered that on my other video. So just to catch you guys up, she ain't putting out the damn video after she's already put a release date out there, which is September the 9th. So she is feeling away. She's seeing the comments because she stay on social media. So she has decided, you know, that people don't believe her about this whole accident. So she is just not going to put out the EP that she says she spent her own money on and quite a bit of money as well. So that's your loss, child. Okay. I would put the shit out there and just try to recoup whatever I can, to be honest with you. I wouldn't just be like, yeah, I ain't putting it out. But all right, so let's get into Funky Diva, child. His response. Or hold on. Y'all pardon my alarm going off because my son and my husband, they outside with the dogs. All right, so all right, let's get into this. All right, so let's get into what Tamar had to say. We're going to catch everybody up on all the stuff that Tamar's had to say, which has caused Funky Diva to respond again. Lord God. All right, so Tamar says here, walk away from people who draw you away from God, places you aren't called to, giving wisdom to people who don't want to change, atmospheres that contaminate your faith, anything that doesn't give me peace in my spirit, people who want to gossip more than they want to grow. All right. Of course, she does a God quote, may the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be pleasing in your sight, O Lord, my rock and my redeemer. Okay. Hallelujah. All right. So, of course, she is appearing to be performing somewhere. I'm going to get into that here in a second. I don't know how, with her mouth being the way it is. She said, the people envy your strength, not knowing that it was built from pain. Okay. So that's on her stories. We're just being nosy, child. So let's get into now what Funky had to say, because he had a lot to say. Y'all pardon me, I'm clicking around, honey. Y'all follow me, honey. Follow me. All right. So recap of Funky Diva's birthday dinner. He's going to explain to you guys what the hell happened. So let's get into it. Let's go. Oh, hold on. All right, boom.
The ball dropped. So just what you want to do. You want to go to dinner somewhere or you want to do something at Pretty Place? And I was like, well, we can go to dinner somewhere. Let's dress up and go somewhere nice. And then I called her back like 5 minutes later and was like, you know what? Let's just do something at Pretty Place. And here is why. I'm not a birthday dinner type of bitch, okay? I hate birthday dinners because I hate y'all, okay? Y'all don't want to come in and just put your card down. Y'all be wanting to sit up there and scrutinize the bill, talking about how you only had one shrimp scampi, how I only had one margarita. Well, I came in late. I should, not on my birthday. You bitches was not going to show up down to these people's steakhouse and do all that on my birthday. And I know me. I know that I would have gone to the bathroom and ended up giving the waiter my card and just paying for the whole thing, because my anxiety goes through the roof when it comes to that check. Okay. I don't like it. Not to mention, you bitches lie. Y'all are RSVP and say y'all coming. The people have been on set up the room for 30 people. Then only 13 people showed up. Or then you come bringing extra people that I don't even know. And we ain't got this Linda from my job. Why is Linda here? Okay. Don't nobody here know Linda. Okay. So I did not want to deal with none of that. And so I came back and I told Tanya, I said, you know what? Let's just do it at Pretty Plates. That way, whoever come, whoever don't. You can make some money as my friend, because they order whatever they order and they pay you directly. It's a casual situation. Your restaurant is closed at that point. So my anxiety won't be racing because, you know, I'm trying to worry about the logistics of everything. And so we had a party at Pretty Plates. People were in and out. Shouts out to the 50 or so people who came to celebrate with me. Y'all, a time was had. I think that y'all can tell from knowing me, I am a basic bitch, okay? I'm a rich basic bitch, but I'm a basic bitch. I don't like all the pomp and circumstance. Tanya had put a nice YouTube playlist or some type of iTunes playlist on the speaker. The drinks was flowing.
So y'all see how that whole situation went down for his birthday. He's just saying, I'm simple. I don't need all that extra stuff. I don't want no extra people coming. Y'all know how it be though, when you have like this little shindig and you trying to set up something and people be bringing more than a +1, and then people be going down to be, oh, I only had this one margarita, I only had this, and then they sometimes don't even pay for the stuff that they order. It's annoying. It is, and I hate going out with people like that too. So I totally feel him on that. But he just wanted something, just like a basic little get together. And nothing, out of the ordinary. But Tamar, she want to come up, oh, I paid for his party. Okay. But don't make it sound like he's just this tag along who couldn't pay for his own stuff. And that's kind of how it was presented. And I think that's what pissed him off. Now, let's talk about, it says that Tamar has started ignoring him, which this guy here used to work for Tamar, Latroy Davis. All right. Said that he thought that it was funny when it happened to me, but look who is on the island with me now. So he's speaking up on how shit went down between Tamar and Funky Dineva, because he said this is so familiar to me because I went through damn near the same thing with Tamar, okay? Because he blasted her as well when they fell out. She stayed falling out with the girls, I see. But let's get into it, y'all. Let's stop and let me share. Let's do that first, okay? Let's share so y'all can see, because this is Latroy. Y'all might remember him. He called Tamar out some months ago. I want to say maybe last year, on how she treated him, and he no longer worked with her, and he damn sure don't fool with her, okay? But he drug her for filth too. So let's go.
But to me, it sounds like he just did the total opposite. He went and told his friend's business, right?
Now, what it's giving, if you read between the lines, is that Troy has been cut off and no longer has access to the camp. I'm steady texting and calling different people in the crew. Nobody's answering the phone for me.
He's so messy.
Couldn't make this up. So he said I was exiled from the island. Nobody was talking to me. That's what he said back in 2023. And now we're in 2025 and nobody's answering the phone for him.
And then last but not least, Troy got on that thing and said, I've been beat down.
Troy being messy. So he said, hey, Funky Dineva wanted to jump in my mess when me and Tamar broke up rather and didn't want to be friends no more. And she stopped reaching out to me. And my, how the tables have turned because now she's done it to you. All right. So he's being messy. He used to be what can I call him? Maybe like an assistant, and he worked very closely with Tamar last year, but he and Tamar fell out, and it was kind of similar to how Funky Dineva and Tamar fell out. But Latroy is very mouthy, kind of like Funky Dineva as well, and he drugged the hell out of Tamar. he and Tamar don't fool with each other, but he's kind of comparing his situation to Funky and just kind of trolling Funky a little bit, saying, hey, you talked about my shit, and I'm kind of comparing it because it's almost the same, and you had a lot to say about my situation, and now I have a lot to say about yours, okay? So shout out to Latroy, child, for being messy, because y'all know I love a little mess. All right, let's get into it. Let's see. Okay, yeah, we got that. All right. I don't know how she's out here performing, y'all. I don't know how she's out here performing with a broke nose or a fractured nose and sore teeth and all this. She said she can't even bite down and or chew, but you can sing down. This is so weird to me, y'all. This she posted this here most early. I hope this ain't recent, but this is a video. All right, I gotta mute it. But she's just singing so effortlessly. If her nose is fractured and her mouth is certain to where she can't even bite down and or chew or eat because her mouth is sore, like, girl, you're doing a whole performance on stage when you should be home in the bed. She's singing Love and War. Do y'all see this? I'm like, girl. Now I showed y'all the video when I went live before, where she was riding around in the car, full face beach out, pooching her lips out, and I was just like, girl, that don't hurt your mouth to be pooching your lips out and making all these crazy facial expressions after you just announced that you had a broken nose and serious surgery to your mouth. Like, she's like, girl, that would be sore, that would hurt. And then the way you were dabbing on that makeup like this, I was just like, I don't know, but this is her on stage. Like, girl, this literally just happened days ago, and you're on stage performing like nothing ever happened. So it is giving. This is why people keep saying, "Okay, Tamar, we kind of don't believe you, because if you're in this much pain, you were in the hospital for 5 days for pain management, and now just abracadabra, you on the stage performing Love and War. It's just giving weird vibes." All right, so she's saying, hey, she's blaming us because we have an opinion and we don't believe her. So now she don't want to put her album out there because we call bullshit. So let's continue. All right, so Funky is doing what Funky usually do, is troll, okay? Let's get into it. We breezing through, y'all. This is not going to be a long video, I promise. All right, so Funky says, and I'm going to stay one step ahead of you, hashtag Tamar Braxton. All right, so he says in her next act, meaning the next time she go live or we hear from her, she's going to start acting like she's about to hurt herself, meaning that she might, I hope she ain't on that type of time. This is what he's saying, and he's her friend, so he would know her and how she moved. But he's saying in her next act that she's going to start acting like she's about to hurt herself. So she might need some psychological help if she's on that kind of time, okay? What y'all think? Child? All right, so let's get into this. All right, so he says that you didn't pay anything for me. Y'all remember she came out and said, oh, I paid for his birthday. I paid for his party. So he's saying you didn't pay for anything for me. Now, says that the sign and the sparkler said Tamar. Said, I didn't even want to be there. That's what he's saying. So Funky Dineva goes on to say, in response to Tamar going live and telling everybody she paid for his party as if he couldn't pay for his own, he says, the whole internet saw the fact that I didn't even want to be there. I hate the club. He says that I was trying to go home and you begged me to come. He goes on to say that I'm not the rest of them folks that you be with. He said that I pay what I weigh. Come on. He said that every time we go out, I always pull out my card and pay because I never wanted you or anyone else to think that I needed or wanted anything from you. He said that you wanted to go to V12, you drank them people liquor, so you paid for it. He says, and ain't that how it goes? He says that anyway, I got one implant and that and the right side. Hold on. He said, anyway, I got one implant and the right side of my face was so swollen for 4 days. He said that your whole mouth fell out. I'm sorry, y'all. He said your whole mouth fell out and your nose caved in. Yet here you are making appearances and videos. He says that I love when the lies take care of themselves. Not your whole face caved in. Damn. He goes on to say that done paid that Spanish lady to lie. He said that you did 4 days in the hospital and had oral surgery to fix your teeth, and now you are in perfect condition to appear in public with no bruising or swelling. He's asking her, said if all that's true, then I'm Britney Spears. And then he threw the nail polish. This shit is so crazy, y'all. He says that what y'all grilling this weekend? He's so damn messy. I gotta go back on that because that part was funny to me. All right, so he says, anyway, I got one implant and the right side of my face was swollen for 4 days. He said, your whole mouth fell out and your nose caved in. Yet, here you are making appearances and videos. He said, I love when the lies take care of themselves. I love it. Listen, okay, child. Why she chose to come for him, I don't know. So this is him. I said, one thing I'm about to do, honey, is we gonna eat. Said that woo, and it's only me and somebody, Erica Benotes, okay? So he out with another friend, child. He's like, fuck this, I got another friend to hang out with, okay? He do be eating good. I follow Funky Child. He wherever he be, child, he know where all the good eating spots are. Look at that. Don't look good? Child, let me be nosy. Sorry, Funky, I'm putting your business up here, all right? Chicken and waffles and all this other stuff. He do be eating good, though. I ain't mad at it. All right, so that's the update. That is the update. Let's stop sharing because I had some more stuff that I screenshotted. Okay, because they be posting and deleting. But honey, you ain't gonna get it down before I get that screenshot. No, Lord, you won't. All right, so let's get this one up. All right, now in this one, Dr. Contessa, and I'm gonna have to take my banner down while I read it because y'all can't see down below. All right, so you see here where he said you didn't pay for anything. He said that the signs and the sparklers said Tamar, and I didn't even want to be there. He says, okay, so this is where he said the whole internet was begging me to go out and I didn't want to go. So down here, you guys can see where Contessa is jumping in because she's friends with them as well, from Married to Medicine. She said that y'all good. He says that people please, she said, people please stop fighting on the internet. It's such a pretty day outside. So she's trying to calm them down and be like, look, y'all been doing this shit for too long. As my friends, like, I really want to see y'all stop fighting, okay? So y'all see Dr. Contessa, she done jumped in there to try to stop them from windmilling, child. I don't see it stopping. I don't see it stopping. All right, so let's get to the next. Did I do another image? I think she said something else. Let me see. Let me just go through and make sure, honey, we saw everything. Okay, yeah, we saw that one in her next act. I'm trying to make sure I get all the tea up here because, baby, they are doing a back and forth. You hear me? A back and forth, girl. All right, her next. Okay, why I do that twice? Weird, right? Weird, girl. All right, let's see. In her next ad. Okay, yeah. Oh, all right. So yeah, we didn't need to do that because I already had it. All right, so let's get to the next topic. All right, so Cardi B, you guys know she is still married to Offset. They are going through a divorce. They're trying to finalize their divorce. Offset has done interviews saying that he does not plan on ever being married again ever in life. So he's going to stay by his mumble rapping self. So, but there is an issue. Y'all know Cardi B had a break, baby. She and Offset had a little break in their marriage where he went his way, she went hers. But then they kind of went back together. Y'all know how it is, that makeup sex, sometimes it kind of gets you in trouble. So she wound up getting pregnant by Offset. But Offset is now trying to say that their youngest baby that Cardi B just had is possibly not his child. So they're saying that it has been alleged, and shout out to the Gospel of the City, said it's been alleged that 2 weeks ago that Offset requested a DNA test for his youngest child during his mediation session with Cardi B. But the gag is that it wasn't Blossom that he's requesting the DNA test for, said, but it's for the unborn child in Cardi's womb. Now, y'all know they're trying to say she's pregnant by Stefan Diggs. So it's not the baby that she already had. So I stand corrected, all right? So now he is at what? Bitch. They says that in true Instagram story said that if you guys can recall, Offset revealed that earlier during the year that he was still intimate with his wife. I mean, they married, shit. I ain't mad at it. Until y'all sign on the dotted line, you do what you want to do. Said that if Offset claims were true, then she was giving him and Stefan Diggs the same Sazon flavor, child, coochie, as they're saying, at once, leading to the paternity of her child now being questioned. So now is he trying to confirm that she's pregnant? Because I think she went live or she did a post saying that she was not. But I saw some recent pictures of her where she does look like she have a bump. So I'm gonna keep my eye on that, honey, because now I want to know. But nevertheless, they are looking at getting a divorce, as you guys can see, and he is now saying that an unborn child. So he's saying, I guess he's confirming that Cardi is pregnant. because people were saying it was Stephon Diggs' baby, but if she's sleeping with Stephon Diggs and she's sleeping with Offset at the same time, then she may not know who the child's father is until she has the child. I wouldn't risk going, because you can have a paternity test while the child is in your womb, but that's risky. You don't want to go in there and start puncturing things and then start triggering or going to early labor. So I would wait until I have the child. I mean, all her kids look the same. So if it come out looking the same, baby, that might be your baby, Offset. And if not, then just go ahead and get a paternity test. But he is requesting a paternity test for, he's saying, an unborn child. So I guess he's confirming that she is pregnant again. Okay, Lord, she just had a baby. She is fertile, honey. That's fertile myrtle for you. So we're going to keep our eye on this and see what had happened. And as I get the update, so will you. All right. Let's move along. All right. So let's get into Sean Kingston. Okay. Let's get into Sean Kingston, because there's an update on that. Y'all know he was already sentenced for all this fraud his ass was doing. Him and his bald-headed ass mama. Okay, I gotta say it that way because she is bald-headed. All right, she ain't got shit up here, but she has some dreads in the bike. But anyway, Sean Kingston files for an appeal just days after receiving a 3.5-year federal prison sentence for a multi-million-dollar fraud scheme that he and his mother were involved in. All right. So shout out to Jasmine Brand, because they're saying that according to a report by All Hip Hop, shout out to them, Sean Kingston is already fighting back against his recent prison sentence. All right. His little chunky ass don't want to be up in there because he know they're going to get his booty. That's what it is. So just 13 days after being sentenced to 3.5 years for fraud, the 35-year-old singer submitted to official notice of appeal to the U.S. Courts of Appeals for the 11th Circuit. Now filed on August the 28th. All right. A few days ago. By attorney Bozanek, said that the appeal challenges both the August 15th sentencing and the pretrial and trial rulings in the case. Now, Kingston was found guilty of wire fraud, security fraud, and aggravated identity theft after prosecutors said he scammed multiple vendors using fake financial documents to obtain cars, jewelry, and other luxury items. Damn, he had all the frauds, didn't he? Can a bitch get a fraud over here? Because you got them all. Says that the court ruled that Kingston defrauded several businesses out of millions of dollars, and that he was also ordered to repay the victims, though some details remain sealed. It goes on to say that the appeal did not outline specific arguments, which is standard procedure. Now, a full brief is expected in the coming months as the appellate review begins. All right. I don't know why he's trying to appeal this shit. Like, they literally have all this evidence against you. I know you don't want to go to jail, but dude, just go in. It's only 3 years. You could have got more than that. You could have got more than that with the type of fraud that you did. Like, federal shit usually be like 10 years and above. So you got like a pop on the hand to get only 3.5 years. I would serve that shit and you might get out on good behavior like early. So, boy, if you don't get off my screen with this bullshit, how you out here frauding people for millions? Several vendors with several different types of fraud, and you want to sit up here talking about you want to appeal it. And your ass gonna probably get more time. All right, so let's get an update on, since we were talking about Cardi B. All right, and then we got one more topic after this, because I told y'all this is not alone. So we're just going to do an update on Cardi B's. Y'all know she is having this trial against the security guard that she had this knockdown drag out and almost physical altercation. This person, the security officer, is saying that Cardi did touch her and spit on her. So she in turn sued her. And Cardi then made an announcement, or not announcement, but a statement in terms of saying that she felt that the security guard is trying to get a money grab out of this case. She's suing for several millions at that. So Cardi's like, I ain't about to come up off this dime, not like that. So let's get into it. According to the judge,
there is no.
So the psychiatrist now testifies that the woman suing Cardi B does not have PTSD and cites to her recent travel and new job. All right. So they're saying, hey, the shit that she's saying that she had going on, PTSD and all that. They did, according to the psychiatrist, their findings show that that's a lie. Okay, so let's get into it. Cardi, that's a good look for you, sweetheart.
Significant evidence that Ms. Ellis sustained an emotional injury at any point in time in this case, from the time of the incident to present. So in this case, if I accepted Ms. Ellis's reports at face value, particularly with the psych testing, she would have profound, off the charts PTSD, profound disabling depression, anxiety, profound disabling physical health conditions. Whereas when I compare that to her real life function, she's had intact relationships with her, loving relationships with her family, which would not be reasonable in context, particularly of profound PTSD. That she's, in a few months after the altercation and continuing to the present. She's had a job that not only has been higher paying for her, but has been more demanding, requires top, excellent interpersonal skills, how to deal with people, troubled youths, and emotional resilience, and has, per her deposition, performed it well. Again, total mismatch. She also reported to me that since the incident, she's traveled to Hawaii, Las Vegas, Mexico, though she couldn't remember supposedly that if she had gone to other places or how many times. And again, even if you look in the psych testing report that was generated, particularly severe PTSD, you don't want to leave your house. You don't want to interact with people. You withdraw from your family. The future looks bleak to you. You don't have a job. These things are completely contrary.
Thank you. No further questions.
There is no significant evidence.
But they're saying there's no significant evidence that this person has PTSD, which is what she put into the court documents in terms of what she's been dealing with since said accident with Cardi B, where she said she was hit, assaulted, and or spit on. So they got to take what this psychiatrist has to say, because they do have, they are licensed and they do have common knowledge of what PTSD would be. So psychiatrist Jane Rosenberg testified as a defense witness at and told jurors that he doesn't believe the plaintiff, Imani Ellis, who is suing Cardi B, suffers from PTSD. Now, Ellis, a former security guard, claims that Cardi scratched her face with a long fingernail during a February 2018 dispute at a medical facility where Cardi was for a pregnancy checkup. Damn, she's pregnant in. Now, Rosenberg explained that after evaluating Ellis for about 6 hours in 2023, that he found no significant evidence that she sustained any emotional injury. You ain't get no money, girl. It said that he noted that Ellis reportedly traveled to Hawaii, Las Vegas, and Mexico, and also taken on more demanding jobs since the alleged incident. Now, according to his testimony, those activities were or consistent or inconsistent rather with the symptoms of severe PTSD, which often include withdrawal from others, avoiding social interaction, and struggling to maintain employment. It said that Ellis is suing Cardi B for $24 million in damages. Damn, girl, you ain't getting none of that. Said the jurors will return to Los Angeles County Superior Court in California next week to hear closing arguments. So we may know the fate in this case next week, okay? Because jurors are going to get together to deliberate to see where this case is going to go. Will it be guilty or not guilty? Will Cardi have to pay $24 million to this Ellis lady or not? All right, so we'll see. I don't know. Since I've been talking about it, I will keep you guys updated in terms of what direction this case goes, okay? Let's move along, honey. This is the last topic. We got some T-Hood news. And then we got to go. All right. T-Hood news, then we got to go. By now, you guys know who T-Hood is. T-Hood was powed and unalived by Rashida and Kirk's son, Kai Frost. I was looking yesterday, and I meant to talk about it yesterday, but T-Hood's family says that Kirk and Rashida have paid social media platforms to post negative videos and posts about T-Hood, and also paid them to put out the video where he was assaulting Kirk Frost's daughter and some other things to make T-Hood look a certain type of way with this whole case being out there. So it says that after his death, that Rashida and Kurt went into overtime in terms of trying to damage T-Hood's reputation by way of social media and the press. So they're saying that they paid several outlets to make T-Hood look a certain type of way. But I mean, if he put his hands on her, if he was fighting her, that is something that I think people would want to know. In terms of his character and who he is, and how the direction of maybe how this case may go, and why someone would need to come over there and protect their sister in terms of getting you up off her, because you were on some aggressive stuff. All right, so let's get into it. T-Hood's family lawyers up after medical examiner confirms the unaliving was a homicide. So they're looking for a nice little bag from Rashida and Kurt Gibbs, okay? And I feel if this case is found not guilty, that they're probably going to have a civil case, because now they know that Rashida and Kurt have money, they have businesses, because they've talked about it on social media. Like they know that they're on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. They know that they have several like restaurants and boutiques and things like that. So they're going to go after them for money because they know they have it. Now they're saying that the late rapper's family hired an attorney after an autopsy revealed that he was pow 6 times, including 4 in the back during a fatal incident in Snellville, Georgia. All right, let's continue. Now, said that T Hood was pow 6 times, including 4 wounds in the back, according to a newly released autopsy report, prompting his family to hire legal counsel as police continue investigating the fatal pow-powing at a home in Snellville, Georgia. Now, it says that the 33-year-old rapper was born Tevin Hood was found unalive on August the 9th at a residence on Lee Road in Gwinnett County. 4 days later, Gwinnett County Police said that the case was being reviewed as a possible self-defense situation. But it has recently been upgraded to homicide, as you guys may know, because I covered it. Now, authorities confirmed that 24-year-old Kai Frost, the son of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta personality Rashida and Kirk Frost, was involved in the incident, but has not been named as a suspect. It said that the Gwinnett County Medical Examiner's report released this week listed 6 gunshot or pow wounds to T Hood's body, including hits to his upper and lower back, legs, abdomen, and 1 to the front of his leg. Damn, he was pow-powed up. It said that the manner of death was ruled a homicide, as I just told you guys. So the family has lawyered up. They are looking to get a money bag up out of this if it's found that Rashida and Kurt's son was not found guilty in this case, or will not be found guilty. So they have Michael S. Walensky, LLC, which is, I feel like, who may be representing them. Let's read on what they're saying. T Hood was a devoted father and supportive co-parent. He was deeply involved in his daughter's life, and to her, he was the very best dad. Said his loss leaves an unimaginable void. We recognize that the criminal investigation is ongoing, and we will allow the Gwinnett County Police Department to continue doing their job. The family is truly grateful for the effort and commitment law enforcement has shown and will continue to show throughout this process. What we do know at the time is that T Hood was pow-powed in the back 4 times. The fact that that fact is both deeply and troubling and heartbreaking to his loved ones. And there was only one person left to tell their side of the story. So there are still more facts to uncover, but what remains certain is that justice must be served for Tevin's daughter, whether through criminal accountability, civil action, didn't I just tell y'all, or both. So if it's found not guilty in court, they're coming after them for civil, which y'all know civil usually just means money. Nobody goes to jail. It's for money. It's pretty much what it's going to be. So Rashid and Kurt, y'all better go ahead and start moving some money offshore, all right? Because they coming for your bag, baby. Now, in response to the findings, T Hood's family retained an attorney and issued a statement addressing the circumstance of his death. Y'all hear this? It goes on to say that Tevin Hood, which we know as T Hood, was a devoted father and supporter. Okay, we already saw that. So, we recognize we saw that. I don't want to read it again. So let's go down. Yeah, we already saw that. We saw that. Okay, so yeah, that was the post that we just read right here. All right, from their attorney. All right, Walensky Law, which is who is representing them in this case, just in case the judge be like, pow, not guilty, civil suit. All right, so y'all gonna be coughing up probably millions if they feel that, or if they can prove that Kai Frost may be at fault of taking the life of T Hood. But that's it, guys. That's all I have for you guys. If there's any other updates or findings, if it's breaking news, y'all know how to do with breaking news. I'll pop in for breaking news. But if it's just something that can wait till tomorrow, then we'll wait till tomorrow because I'm tired. All right, I think I went out and did too much today. But nevertheless, thank y'all for joining the live. And please don't forget to tap on that like button to support the video. And let me go ahead and do my thank yous so we can get out of here. All right. Happy Saturday to you all. If you guys are going out tonight, please be safe. Okay. Please do not get behind the wheel. If you are drinking, get a designated driver, Uber, Lyft. Okay. Somebody. Let's get into it. Don't be out there acting like Karen Hugo out here. So thank you to my mods, my top flight mods, Scorpion Miss, Sweet Essence, Rose Armstead, our Truth TV podcast, KBR, and Tyra. Thank y'all so much. Those are my top flight mods. And thank you so much to the content creators that may have stopped by. Schoolboy, if you're here, thank you. Sunny Days, thank you. Simple Mom Family TV, Purple Unicorn. I saw Dear Retalk Show in the building. Thanks for being here, love. Just a T, please. Thank you. Astute Queen B, thank you for being here as well. I know those people are usually in the bushes. That chick can cook if you're here, because I know she's a usual. Yvette, what is it? Erica Yvette podcast. If you're here, thank you so much. I'm just going off the top of my head of the people who usually pop in. Mods, can you please let me know before I get out of here if we missed anybody? All right, if we missed anybody, thank you guys so much for the new subs as well. New subs, thank y'all for stopping by. Thank y'all for subscribing to the channel as well. Okay, I appreciate you all. Do we have anybody else? Somebody said great updates. Thank y'all. Says, can't his victims counter sue him for the ABUs. Probably it's gonna be some going on. I know that shit. But y'all see here where they said if they don't get them in court, honey, in court, they're gonna go after them for silver, which y'all know it's gonna be a nice bag because Rashida and Kurt got some money. All right, that's it. No problem. Let's get on out of here. All right, bye. Love y'all down. Bye. Before I end the live, y'all, I forgot one thing. Tamar Braxton is suing Funky Dineva for defamation of character. Okay, I meant to tell y'all that. I don't know how I missed it. I've been trying to get all this out, you guys, and there's so much going on with this case. But Tamar Braxton, it is announced that Tamar Braxton is suing Funky Dineva for defamation. For those of you that don't know, so she's coming after him for a lawsuit. He's been saying in several of his videos, "You're gonna pay me for my pain." Well, she has now flipped it on him, and she has decided to come after him for defamation of character. So there you go. We'll see what happens if he responds, if he goes live about it. I will come back and give you guys an update on that as well. But yeah, she's going after Funky Dineva for defamation of character. All right. So probably trying to recoup the money that she's going to lose from not putting out her album when that's her fault, when she should just put the shit out. But that's the update on that as well. Okay. So Tamar Braxton is alleged to be suing Funky Dineva for defamation of character. Okay. That's it and that's all. Bye.